Welcome, everyone, to Music Junkies, a podcast about people sharing extraordinary stories about how music has impacted their lives.
Hey everyone, welcome to Music Junkies. I'm your host, Annette Smith, and today it's so crazy. My oldest friend ever, 35 years, which is crazy. I was just thinking about how long I use a calculator to find out how long we've known each other. It was 35 years, which is crazy.
Holy smokes.
So a great friend of mine, and that's Michelle. Welcome, Michelle, to the show. I am honored to have you on today. And where are you living right now? For everybody knows where you're from.
I am in Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio.
The cool part of Zoom is that we get to spend some time over Zoom and catch up, which is awesome. Even though you're so far away, it's awesome to see your face. Like every time I talk about you, it just brings me back to probably the greatest summers of my life, right? The greatest summers of my life. Before we get started though, I wanted to ask you, what was your experience putting your playlist together?
It was based on all the memories and mostly up at the summer house or the cabin and all that stuff. So yeah, it's all about memories and all the stuff that we did up at summer.
Yeah, I love it. And do you remember how we met?
Yes, we our parents my dad introduced me to your grandparents, and then you and I had a sperm fight with fish.
We did. We did have a sperm fight. Right? We were down at the dock. I don't even know did we catch the fish? I can't remember if we caught the fish, where the sperm came from. But I think it was you remember?
I think it was from the guides. We asked them to leave the guts and all that stuff. And then, because they were mostly like dogfish, weren't they, or something like that?
We were dogfish, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's where we asked the guides to leave the guts and the sperms, and then the fight broke out.
Yeah, we were like best friends every summer for I don't know,
forever,
which is crazy.
Yes.
So what an awesome memory, and I love your playlist because this song, I honestly believe that we probably wore out this tape every summer because we listened to it so much. Right? Nitty-gritty dirt in the dark. What is your memories from that song?
Just playing it over and over again. It reminds me of you and Chris and Dale and all that stuff. So we just had an awesome summer. It just brings back to a lot of memories of the summer.
Yeah, every year it was funny. We used to, because both, Michelle's dad owned a very successful fishing resort, and my grandparents owned a very successful fishing resort. And obviously we didn't really have phones back then. We used the CB radio to call each other. We just like, horny toad, are you there? These are like legit resorts, right? Like Ritchie Brothers. This is a big deal. Like we were out of control teenagers, young teenagers,
yes.
17, out of control. And we used to play around on the radio and do crazy stuff. But we used to walk to each other's resort. It would probably take us 15, 20 minutes we just randomly show up, right? And then go and hang out, and then have to get ready for dinner for our guests. But we would I feel like we always had slim time to get ready, right? Because we'd go and do crazy stuff, play in the mud, and go to the fish hatchery and just walk around and just be out of control. And then we'd have to run back, shower, get ready, and then be prim and proper ladies for the guests.
Yes. That happened, but yeah, it was fun times.
It was fun times. It was awesome times. Those are my best memories, actually, is just being up there. So sad to, I haven't been up there for probably 5-6 years now, and it's sad to see everything kind of changing, that there's now condos up there, and it's crazy to think.
Is there really? Holy smokes, man.
Yeah, Sonora Island is all now full of condos, which is so intense, but so beautiful. I wanted to buy that one resort that my aunt and uncle were staying at, but it actually just sold last year. So it was
Oh,
on the market for 15 years, but I would have loved to buy it for sure. Yeah,
yes.
great times. So here's another great song, right? Some ACDC shook me all night long. What's your memory from that, Michelle?
That was a memory where I was dating a guy, and he was a DJ, and then another guy that liked me was at this party, and that was our first song we danced to, and then we started dating after that. So it was just a good, break up with one guy and go with another guy. That was the way it was.
That's right. So was this in high school or when was
No,
it?
we were out of school. We were out of school. Yes. So
What
I
were
was
you,
a little bit older.
what were you like in high school?
I was shy and quiet, believe it or not. I know you probably don't believe that. I was very shy and quiet.
I feel like you were very preppy back then too.
Very preppy, yes, yes. I would always wear my jeans folded up or my pants folded up. Yes, I was a dork. Wear those jelly bean shoes and bracelets.
You ever get in trouble at school?
I did once get in trouble at school. I had a food fight and I got suspended for a day. So that's one time I got in trouble. I never got in trouble ever again because we had to do a chore. We had to clean all the gum off the behind or underneath the desks. So it really sucked.
That is so gross that they made us clean the gum off desks before. That's so gross.
Oh, I
I'm
know you
curious,
can't do that now.
yeah, what when you were growing up, what was kind of your favorite concert that you went to? Did you go to a lot of concerts? You lived in Vancouver? Lots.
I didn't really go to a lot of concerts. We went to I can't remember which one I went to, but I went to a few, but not that many. I can't really tell you which ones I did go to.
And you're married now and you have a son.
Yes, I've been married for 15 years and I have an 11-year-old son. He's the light of my life. And I got a dog. He's just a lazy old oomph.
And you were telling me that this was your wedding song, right? Just the way you
Yes,
are, Billy Joel.
yes, just the way we are. Yes. I told my husband or my boyfriend at the time, I'm not going to change. This is the way I am. And he said, that's totally fine. And he said, I'm not going to change. So we thought that was suitable wedding song for us.
How did you meet Lawrence?
I met him through friends. Um, one of my good friends introduced me to, or one of my good friends and his good friends knew each other and they introduced us together and the rest is history.
Yeah. So how many dates did you go on before you guys had sex?
I don't know, probably, it's probably was 2 weeks before we had sex.
So I wanted to, obviously, are you pretty close to Lawrence's family?
Yes, we are very close. We see them every time we go back home. They're very nice. They're easy to get along with. So I'm very lucky that I have a great mother-in-law.
Yeah, so speaking of you having a great mother-in-law, if you were to describe her as an animal, what kind of animal would your mother-in-law be?
Oh my goodness. I would say a pussycat because she's gentle and quiet and just yeah, a pussycat.
I love it. A pussycat, for sure.
A pussycat for sure.
That's awesome. I love it. When you were, what kind of boyfriends did you date growing up in school?
They're all preppy guys,
Yeah.
Yes, very clean cut. Um, yes, they're popular guys. Like they play on the basketball teams or tennis and all that stuff. So yeah, very preppy guys.
So is it very different or is it very different what Lawrence is? Do you feel like Lawrence is a preppy guy as well?
Oh gosh, no, he's an outdoors guy. He's total opposite. He's not anyone I would think that I would get together with. That's for sure.
Really, eh? What's the most exciting thing that you guys have did together as a couple?
Um, Exciting thing. Let me see here.
Has he ever pulled you out of your comfort zone that you're like, oh my God, I don't think I can do that? But then
No, he hasn't. No, he's actually quite shy himself. I mean, he's a very serious guy. He's a business type of guy. So he doesn't go out of his comfort zone or anything like that. He's a nerd. He's basically a geek.
he's a big nerd. What do you do with him,
Yes.
right? He's a big nerd. Michelle, as we were growing up, I feel like we sang so much. Do you find yourself a good singer?
Oh God, no. I'd break glass if I was to sing.
You have a go-to song that you sing maybe in the shower?
Um, let's hear it for the girl, or no, Whitney Houston.
Let's hear it
Yeah,
from
boys, yeah.
I would love to see that. That would be hilarious.
Oh yeah, it's pretty darn sexy.
Right. So this song, Rain by Madonna, amazing song. There's got to be like a romantic memory from this. I don't know. Why do you love that song?
Yes, it is. My boyfriend that I got together with after I dumped my other boyfriend from the DJ sound. Yes, I started dating him, and he had a boombox in his truck, and I'd ask him to play this song all the time, and my girlfriend and I loved this song, and we overplayed it way too much for him.
What's your favorite childhood memory with your dad?
I think just up at the cabin, just spending so much time with him, going fishing, just being able to be a daddy's girl. I was always his daddy's girl, so I really cherish those moments.
Yeah. I found that you were up there a lot more than your brother was up there, right?
Maybe at when we became teenagers, Sean decided to stay at home and party and all that stuff, and I came up a little bit longer than what he did. Yes.
We learned how to water ski on the ocean. Do you remember? We learned how
We did. Yes. Got a few wedgies on the water skiing.
and then tubing. Remember, we had that big inner tube with a piece of plywood, so it was like super safe. That's
super
insane.
safe.
And like the ocean's like -80, and we're like no wetsuit. Remember, we used to like jump off the dock and swim to the shore. Freeze.
Oh yes.
Like, you could literally get hypothermia. Like if you think of all the crazy stuff that we did back then, I'm surprised that we did not get sick, did not get hypothermia, not kill ourselves from like quadding accidents and
oh yes, the quadding
accidents. The crazy stuff. And it was so awesome just that my grandparents and your parents just allowed us to be kids, like full range of this place, which is insane.
Oh, they let us run wild. We could do whatever we wanted. Yes, no, we'd go to the pub, and we were underage, but we still got served and got drunk quite a few times. And
Right. It was good time.
yes, oh yes.
Do you have any pet peeves, Michelle?
Got pet peeves. When people eat loud, that I can't stand that, man. That just annoys me big time.
No, it never used to bother me, but it really actually bothers me now.
It does, yeah. I thought it was fine, but now it's just like, shut up.
Like, why are you eating like that?
Yes. Close your mouth.
Close your mouth. That's right. Anything else that drives you up the wall?
Well, I guess with my son and husband, they drop their clothes all over the floor after I've cleaned the house. That is another pet peeve. I mean, I clean the house and they just come in and drop their clothes or jackets or shoes, and that just drives me up the wall.
Yeah. You're not a clutter person, just like myself. I'm not a collector. You don't collect anything, do you?
No, I don't. I'm a minimalist. I have very little stuff in the house. But my son, he's a pack rat. He's just like his grandfather. He keeps everything, like even a piece of paper with the letter A on it, he'll keep it.
Really?
Oh yes, yeah.
What is Ben into? Is he into sports? Does he like?
He's not very athletic, but we've got him into tennis, and he seems to like tennis. He's really into Boy Scouts. So he's outdoorsy too. He likes to go fishing. We have a pond in our backyard that he goes fishing in and catches bluegill.
That's
So
awesome.
Yeah, yeah, and we just made a koi pond in our backyard, so we're just waiting to get the koi ponds or the kois. So yeah,
That's awesome. So do you miss going fishing? We fished so much in our life. Do you miss that?
I do, because that was just the freedom of just getting out there and just trolling around and just having fun. I do miss that.
Yeah, I do too. So this next song, I'm curious if you've ever seen them live. So some Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me. Have you ever seen them live? Have you ever seen them perform?
No, I haven't. No, I wish I did, but no, I didn't. I lead a boring life.
Why do you love that song so much?
I don't know. I just like the I just like it. There's really no memory or anything to it. I just really like that song.
You know, I love that song, and we had, this is years ago, probably, I don't know, 13, 14 years ago, we had karaoke on the TV, like Shaw would have karaoke on the TV.
Mhm.
And this song was on there, and I thought I knew the words, but I did not know the words at all. And I was singing it, and it is absolutely the lyrical message on the song is absolutely absurd. It's
Oh,
absolutely absurd. Like now I hear it now and I just laugh because I'm like, these were actually your lyrics. Like this,
uh-huh. I'll have
but
to go check the lyrics out.
I challenge you to just go read the lyrics because it will bore you.
Uh-huh.
What was your favorite band in high school growing up? What kind of music did you like?
Erasure. Erasure. I really liked Erasure. Yes.
Oh, I don't know. What songs did they sing?
Oh, you're gonna ask me that question. I'm gonna pass on that because I
Can't
don't
remember.
know. I can't remember.
So were
That
they
was so
pop?
long
Were
ago.
they rock? Were they dance?
They were hop. They're pop.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They're the one of the songs there that I gave you is a Erasure song. So, but
Okay.
yeah.
Sure. So I know you love your dog immensely, right? So would you ever trade him for $1,000,000?
No, I would not do it because he just has this personality that just makes me smile all the time. He hates his walks. It's a torture to take him for a walk. He's the
Really?
most late. Oh yeah, we'll grab the leash and he'll go run and hide. He doesn't. He doesn't, or else he'll fall on his back and kick his feet up. So we don't take him for a walk. Like this morning, I went to go take him for a walk, and we only lasted half a block, and then he ran back home.
Really? As a retriever?
Yes.
Does he like to swim?
No, no, he doesn't like to swim either. He's afraid of the water. He's just a goofball. That's why I wouldn't trade him because he's just so unique.
That's so I know that we ate a lot of crazy and a lot of food, on the resorts. What is the most unusual thing that you've ever eaten?
I remember, well, besides oysters, that was disgusting. I remember you and I made a sandwich with chips and salami and bread and just a whole bunch of disgusting stuff we put inside the sandwich and we tried to eat it. We didn't make it very far because it was just disgusting.
I remember us sneaking out and then going into the walk-in fridges and making those crazy sandwiches, right? Like
Yes, yeah.
decker sandwiches with like 1,000 different kinds of meats and cheese and pickles and tomatoes and all this
Oh,
crazy stuff. And then we would just eat it. We had so much food all the time.
we did. I'm surprised we weren't fat back
I
then.
know, but we were very active, right? We were always walking and doing something. Yeah, it was fun. Lots of,
Yes. Do you remember Myron?
I do remember Myron. Good old Myron. I miss
Yes.
smoked salmon. That's what I miss about Myron so much is I miss his smoked salmon. Remember he had that little smokehouse
Smoker. Yes, yes.
and the dog
Yeah.
smoked this fish and he'd have all these like salmon popsicles for us that we would go and then we fucked his moped up.
Yeah.
And
I've got a scar from the muffler that burnt me, gave me third-degree burn.
why don't you tell us that story? That's a good story.
Um, let's see. The parents were out of town, and we saw his moped and we stole it and we started going up towards the lake, Florence Lake, and we had a little accident and we fell and the pipe went onto my leg and I got third-degree burn.
Yeah, and she had to take an airplane out because there is no hospitals up there, right? You can only fly in or catch a taxi, like a boat
See,
taxi in there. And
yeah,
she dropped her off, and then your dad flew you out. So I'm sure that was a nice, pricey penny to pay to get you flown to the hospital.
yes. And then we did the stupid thing, and then we stole an ATV and smashed that.
You did. You were out of control, really.
We're lucky we're still alive.
We are very lucky we're still alive. I miss Florence Lake. What an amazing, you remember just walking on the logs? Like,
Yes.
we killed ourselves, like literally. You think back now, I'd probably, half the things that I did with you, I probably would never do while my kids do.
I don't think so either. No.
Right, right. So I love that you have this song on here. Don't Let the Sun Go Down.
Yes.
Beautiful song. So I am curious, why do you love that song so much? What memory does that bring up for you?
That's just up at the cabin too, up at the summer house. Dale and them used to always play that in their cabin. We got a little sick of it, but I thought, oh, we're talking about the lodge and all that stuff, so I thought I'd take that song and just reminisce with it.
Yeah. It was crazy how much Billy Joel and Elton John and Nitty Gritty Dirt Band that we listened to. I feel like
Yes.
that's all we listened to in those summers. And then all the foosball we played, right? All the
Oh my gosh, the foosball.
I know. It's crazy. It's
Hmm.
So what is one thing that you love most about your husband? If you can describe your husband in like 3 words, how would you describe him?
Very caring, thoughtful, and he's just a sweet guy. I mean, he's a geek and all that stuff, but he's a wonderful man. I couldn't ask for anything better.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a wonderful man, for sure. And
He
I
puts up with me, so.
right, he does put up with you, and not that you're a lot at all.
Oh no. Oh,
Last song, Michelle. You ready? Last song.
yes.
Breezy. Little Nancy stuff there. So I'm curious, why you love that song so much?
That was my high school song. That was the pop song that I liked, and I listened to that to Erasure. Just a great song, great band, and yeah, it was all through high school I'd listen to it.
I've never actually heard them before.
Oh no? Oh.
My first time that I've ever heard them, yeah.
Ah,
So it was very I was like dancing a little bit, thinking, oh, this
yes,
is
a little hip hop there.
it is a little hip-hop. Last question, Michelle. I'm curious if you could give anybody any kind of piece of advice, whether it be kind of your 20 or 30-year-old self, or maybe somebody that is listening, that maybe is going through something, what would you say to them with all the kind of experience that you've had in your life?
Just live your life and appreciate what you got. Love yourself for who you are, and just don't listen to people's negativity.
Yeah, and coming from you, Michelle, those of you that don't know you, and I've had obviously so much love for you, but one of the things I love most about you is that you've always been yourself. No matter what, you've always been you. And that's really refreshing when you have a friendship with somebody like that, because it allows you to be yourself. So
Yes, well, you're the same too.
That's
You're
right.
just yourself. Don't care about what anybody says or does.
Yeah, and I think it's such a good way to live your life. Right?
Yes.
Again,
You
Michelle,
have to.
thank you so much for being on Music Junkies today. I hope you had a good time. See, it wasn't that bad, right?
No, it wasn't. That was fun.